my name is Adele. I'm the founder of Naked Recovery, Naked Marriage, and the Spark program. So today is the final video in the series, just looking at all the things you could do to put the sparkle back in your marriage. If you have missed the other two videos, just go back on the channel and just check and see what those other tips were. But my final kind of 3 tips that I want to give you just sort of completes the series. So the next one would be, they did a study and showed that if you want to be happy, and the secret to happiness is low expectations. And I think that's a really kind of interesting point, that people that have very high expectations and very high demands often really struggle to feel happy, because it really takes a lot for them to feel satisfied or delighted with something. If you are easily happy, or it doesn't take a lot for you to be satisfied with things, and you actually have quite low expectations, statistically you're going to be a happier person than the next person who really has those high checklist of things that need to be done before they actually feel that happiness. So I think it's really about picking your battles and not making everything an issue, finding every single thing that is going to be a problem and nitpicking. So lowering expectations is not about just putting up with all kinds of nonsense and drama around you. I think it's really about being strategic and picking what you're actually going to make an issue of. So think of it like a fight diet. So if you're on a fight diet, you're only allowed to have 1 fight a month. So you better be really clear what your fight is going to be about. Perhaps you decide that your fight diet is 1 a week if you're actually prone to having a lot of fights. But, adjust your expectations and see how adjusting expectations impacts your need to kind of make an argument about everything. It might be that by having lower expectations, you're less irritated or triggered or reactivated by whatever's happening around you, and you might actually find just you're more at ease. It's okay. Kitchen isn't perfect, looks all right. Let's just have a lovely evening with the family. I think high expectations are, you have this huge checklist of things that need to be done. It's probably going to create more conflict in your universe. Okay, so top tip: lower expectations, cleaning, organizing, expectations of others, expectations of yourself, and you'll probably be happier. The next one is to be tolerant of your partner's faults, and just tolerant of your kids' faults as well. Like, just understanding that none of us are perfect. We all have things that we're struggling with and not good at. But not to laser in on these things that irritate you and kind of then make them a subject matter for lots of criticism, contempt, flooding, and nasty conversations that create bad memories. They, have shown in interviews of couples that have been together for a very long time that yes, a healthy marriage is about kind of spinning several plates in parallel, but it's also about sharing nice times together. That there's an accumulation of nicer times than negative times. And some of that is about being more tolerant, and almost, if you know that your partner isn't very good at doing the numbers, you make up for it and you do the numbers, and you don't shame them in front of other people. In fact, if there are opportunities where they're going to do numbers in front of other people, you find a way to kind of smooth that over so that they are never in a position where they feel shamed about that. Or if you know that your partner is not very organized, don't put them in a position where you're testing them and setting them up to fail either. Be more tolerant that everybody has their faults, and no one is perfect, and focusing on those things, it creates that environment of criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling, which we see when marriages start to hurtle towards divorce. And then my final kind of top tip is to sort of just examine how many family rituals you have in place. this is such a source of joy with a lot of the families and the couples that I work with, when they start creating more rituals together and fun things that they can do together. And that can include every Sunday is family day, and we wake up and somebody chooses a song and we dance around and we make breakfast, pancakes, and I remember in my house, my mother's favorite song was Suicide Blonde by INXS, and every Sunday this song would come blasting. The whole house was just shaking as she's like jumping around, flipping eggs and doing stuff. And I loved that ritual. It really was, it instilled joy in my childhood. And I loved that, Sunday was family day and we always did things together, and anyone could come to our house, but we weren't to be leaving the house. Like family, it was always a day when the family was together. And, other rituals like having dinner together every night, sitting down, having a meal. Friday night is pizza night, or Thursday night is mum and dad's date night, so we get a babysitter. These little things, they seem small and trivial, but they're really not. They are part of the thing that really makes beautiful memories for yourself as a couple, but also the whole family unit. So those are just some tips of putting the sparkle back. Sometimes if your relationship is too far gone and you are actually already experiencing conflict and real issues, and you're starting to have those signs of a marriage heading towards divorce, sometimes it's too late at that point to install these kinds of tips and see them make any difference at all. But critical thing is, if you think your marriage it needs a little sparkle, these tips are cool. If you are worried that you're actually hurtling towards divorce, you probably need to go on a program such as Spark, where you learn the critical techniques and functions to shift the entire environment of your relationship to a positive one, so that you can really tackle those issues as a team. So if you're interested about that, come and book a call with us, book an assessment, test the health of your relationship, and we're really passionate about couples fighting to save their marriages. I think people sometimes just give up too quickly. So that's it from me. If you have any other questions, message us on the website. We'll make another video, but hopefully that is of help. Take care.